women don't take rejection well. Sharp Game coming at you with another episode from ChooseYourRelationships.com, author of Love Can't Wait, which can be found on Amazon.com. So, got this long email from this guy. He's, in a nutshell, I'm going to paraphrase it. He said he's in a tight situation. He's been friends with this woman for a long time. He said at least 5 years. He said he's never seen her he's not attracted to her sexually, just strictly friends. He just moved from California to New York. He said he needs some place to stay for a while until he gets situated with his new job and everything. And he knows that she is interested in him in a sexual relationship manner, potentially, possibility. It's a possibility in her mind. But he said he's not thinking that way. So he said, what's my take on him staying with her for a short time frame, even though he ain't really feeling her like that, but she is. So should he stay or stay with her or pass? And I've been in a similar situation like this in the past. I remember the first time I came to North Carolina. I was fresh out of the Navy. Basically, I was fresh out of the Navy. It's like a year later after I got out, and I met this girl. Same type of girl. I wasn't physically attracted to her. She was a good person, though. I gave her a lot of advice. Gave her a lot of game. She learned a lot from me, and she would admit to that even to this day if you were to see her. But I wasn't physically attracted to her. She just wasn't for me. That's all. She was a good person, but she wanted more. She was thinking like future based, like, hey, I can win him over and all this, whatever. So I think she kind of felt obligated, being that she learned so much from me. So I said, hey, I'm going to move up here. You know what I'm saying? I got a job, but I just need some place to crash for like a month or two. And so she was like, yeah, of course. I'll look out or whatever. So she's stuck now. So, which was cool. I moved in with her. No problem, right? Now, a week later, after moving in with her, she started wearing lingerie, walking around in the kitchen, coming to the room door, talking to me. So I'm looking like, what is she doing? Yeah, I'm not feeling her like that. So she kept doing this for like 2 to 3 weeks, man. And she felt some type of way about that. She felt like I rejected her. And so what happened is, the first thing that happened is she changed the lock on the doors. That's the first. Because I think I went to work. And I came from work. This was like 10 o'clock at night. So I got back home like 10:30. And I noticed the key wouldn't work that I had. And so I'm like, what's going on? So I called her on the phone. No, I rung the doorbell first. And she wouldn't answer. She wouldn't come to the door. I knew she was in there because her car was outside. So that's when I called her and said, yo, the key don't work. you know what I'm saying, at the door all of a sudden, you know. Now, I wasn't even thinking that the locks would change at the time because I didn't know. I just assumed it was a bad key or maybe the lock is jammed or whatever. So she came, opened the door. She got up out the bed, opened the door, and she was in lingerie again. So I'm like, yo. So, now this is a Friday. The next day, Saturday. Her friends, two of her friends was over there. One of her friend comes over to my room just before I was about to leave and go to work and says, hey, you know she got a little thing for you. She's feeling you. So I'm like, for real? Oh, man. You know, so I didn't really know how to respond. I said, look, she knew what it was before I came in here. We already established the relationship even before I moved in with her. Temporary, I told her, I said, yo, I'm like, I want to move up here. I already got a job set up, lined up and everything. I just need some place to crash, whatever. We already friends. We're not gonna be in a relationship. She already knew this. She was like, yeah, but that's how she feel. So at the time, I didn't really understand. And I'm like, because in my mind, if we already established what it was gonna be, that was it. But I was wrong. This is where a lot of guys go wrong because a lot of guys, women are it's all about how they feel, and they can't override how they feel. They can't help it. And see, women don't take rejection well. No, they don't take rejection well at all. This is why a lot of women don't approach guys because they don't want to get rejected. They'd rather guys approach them so they won't get rejected. So in her mind, I'm rejecting her because I ain't made a move on her sexually. That's why she was walking around in the lingerie, campaigning for a brother. But I wasn't feeling her like that. And that really bothered her. It bothered her so bad, she didn't want me around at all. She didn't want to be friends with me or nothing. And to this day, ever since that when I left her house, I haven't seen her since. That was it. Because in her mind, I rejected her. That rubbed her the wrong way. And she didn't like it. And she had a big problem with it. And there's a lot of women out here that's like that. They just can't stand when a man can't stand when anybody rejects them, especially a man. So, if you're gonna move in with a woman, and y'all are supposed to be so-called quote friends, it could go either way, because if you sleep with her, you know she's going to be steering towards some commitment eventually. You know where it's going. Because you already know how she feels, right? Based on your email. Now, if you don't sleep with her, it could go left too. She could feel like, hey, he just using me, even though y'all had an agreement. But she's going to feel like she's being used because she had a hidden agenda, more than likely, or her feelings change. Once you move in, her feelings are going to change. So women's feelings could change at any given time. That's the thing. So it could go either way. But if I had to do it all over again, I would have never moved in with her for that short period of time. Even if it was for a month, I would have never done it. Even if it's 2 weeks, I would have never done it. Because if she's feeling you and you ain't feeling her the same way, don't do it. I say don't do it. Because what's going to happen is you're going to end up losing. It's potentially end up losing the whole friendship. Well, I said don't do it. If I could do it all over again, I would have never done it. I would have just stayed with somebody else. You know what I'm saying? So women don't take rejection well, man. Women have big egos, man. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, man. It's like women are not women will say one thing and respond completely different. And that's the average woman out here today. That's why anything a woman says, you got to take with a grain of salt. Even if y'all have an agreement, even if y'all sit down and talk about it, when she starts to go through these emotions and y'all start making decisions together, and her friends start whispering in her ears, that could change the next day. So I say don't do it, man. I say don't do it. That's just me. At the end of the day, you have to make your own decision. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, let me know below if you ever been in a situation similar to this guy and me. You know, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, like, subscribe, comment, check out my Patreon. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.